Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back at it. Threes from the ring. This your boy Chris J. Got the boy Tyler here.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
Yo. All right. No day trail this episode. Work teams, but hey, either way, it is what it is. Look, he'll be here if you want to be here. But either way, you're here, you're watching, you're listening to us, which is all greatly appreciated. With that said, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, follow, all of that, like, comment, engage, enjoy the conversation with us, bro. Feel like we said something that you want to get your thoughts off, do so. Because guess what? This week we're strictly a little bit wrestling. This week we will give a little quick basketball update. We'll do that on a later episode of playoff updates because the first round is kind of busting. But either way, engage in the comments. But also, don't feel like sitting and listening to us for about an hour. Follow us on TikTok, UTM Clips. Follow us on Facebook. And on top of all of that, follow us on Twitter, 3s from the ring, 3S from the ring. Engage in the conversation on there with us as well. But let's go ahead, get into it. Just real quick, we'll give quick hoops talk. Actively, just at this very moment, the only basketball game on right now is the Magic and the Pistons. We was talking about it a little bit before we started recording. And as this series is kind of shocking in terms of how competitive it's been, the Magic has really been controlling this series. They up 2-1, and the lead is close enough where they can still probably go 3-1. So it's a must-win for the Pistons. But to me, this series is doing what I said in our previous episode. The Pistons need somebody else in the perimeter to take the scoring load. It's either Cade and Jalen is being locked down this whole series by Wendell Carter. Somebody sniffing smaller than but get it together, man. Lock in. Your quick thoughts and we'll move on to wrestling for the people.
We pretty much said that there's weaknesses will be, not having that extra scoring punch. It is no slight to anybody else that's on that team. They're just not there yet in terms of scoring, and K can only do so much. So, they go down 3-1, and might be over with, but it is what it is. I wouldn't say that it's it's a bad thing for the Pistons necessarily, because they're still building in a way. So it's like, it'd be a minor setback if anything.
Yeah, it's a minor setback. They'll come back stronger. You kind of need these things, even though last year they took a beating from the Knicks. That once again, those weaknesses are still pronounced. That's all it is. But either way, they'll figure it out. But on to wrestling, man. So, a lot to talk about in regards to wrestling. We're going to go in order of events. We have our very, very late WrestleMania recap. Yes, it is what it is. But guess what? You guys still care. Y'all do. Because this was probably the most overanalyzed Mania ever, in my honest opinion. In a lot of manners, but you guys are weird. You guys are clock tickers, and I'm pretty sure if you guys did a 40-yard dash, these WrestleMania matches would have still been longer. You guys still will be running longer than the matches, but that's more telling about you than WWE. But anywho, let's go ahead and get into it. Night one. We'll do night one first. Like I said, Tyler, we're going to use our notorious tier ranking. If it's F, trash. If it's a D, big mid. If it's C, meh, cool. B is good. Needs some more spadazzle. A, man, really great match. And then the Z tier, as in, look, man, one of them ones. We're going to talk about this forever. And I would say we definitely have one. I might feel a 2. It might be 2, but I definitely feel like it's a 1. In this
2 Z tiers?
1 Z tier. I feel like it's a guaranteed 1, but like I said, we might see where things go. But let's go ahead and get into it. Night one. Usos and LA Knight defeated the Vision and I Show Speed. Once again, this was a cool match. This is a C. This is about as C as it gets.
Yeah.
This was, so I'm not mad at it. At how the result came out to be. We expected this. This is plus it was part of the free watch this on ESPN match. So of course you're going to get a celebrity driven match. You got Samoans, you got LA Knight, you got one of the biggest streamers of the world, and everybody hates Logan Paul. And Austin Theory is pretty much no more famous than the rock on the bottom of a shoe. So yeah. Hey, it is what it is. But C tier match. Quality match, nothing but your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking C, a solid C. I think it was honestly a good way to get the crowd started for the night. You got your, like you say, you got the celebrity input out of the way. It was just cool. It's a cool Uso match. It's one of their better matches in recent memory, I would say.
Exactly. Plus, LA Knight ain't botched. Each LA Knight botch was going to lead to a tier being dropped. So, with that said, at the way it was going, the bar was already low. But yeah, moving on. Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre in an unsanctioned match. This was people are not giving this match as much credit as it needed and needs. I feel like this was definitely a match to me. This was an A match. You had storytelling elements in it, especially with Drew. Jacob looks really good. Even in a loss, Drew looks really good in these situations. To me, this is A. This was a really great match, especially on this lackluster night as a whole. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. I don't even necessarily use the word underrated so much, but it definitely isn't talked about enough of how quality of a match was. It was a good quality match. They did what they need to do for both of them. You didn't make Drew look weak in a loss. It's rare that he really looks weak in a loss, and I think people have been kind of like the losses that he's had over the past couple of years. I can't really say that he's looked weak. Like he's a top guy that's been losing a lot, but he's kind of in that tweener stage as far as wins and losses. So they did a good job of protecting him and making him, still look like a viable threat for when he comes back. Exactly. Jacob, this is his second WrestleMania in a row where he's had a pretty solid match. He's definitely not afraid of life.
Solo last year.
No, he fought LA Knight last year.
I thought it was Solo last year.
No, Solo was at SummerSlam, I think.
Oh, that was LA Knight. Yeah,
one of those.
You're right.
That's where he got the US belt off of him, I think.
Okay, my fault. But moving on. The women's tag match, Fatal 4-Way, where Brie Bella and a re-debuting Paige defeated the Irresistible Forces, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley and Lyra. I'm gonna give this match.
Yeah, I forgot that she was so young. She's still only 33.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but she did enter young. But I'm giving this match a 3. I'm giving it not a 3. So you got a D. It was big mid. It was a definition of big mid. It was just to get a fair amount of these women on the card, which I'm not mad at. I would have preferred if the Team BBW won, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I believe it was kind of mid. I give it about a D. It wasn't the worst match I've seen, but it definitely just wasn't. They knew that they were kind of throwing it together towards the end of the build up towards it. So they, it was a good way to get all the women on the card. Shout out to the women, but they got your shock return in. You got your I guess you could say shock title change, but it's cool.
Yeah, like I said, it was cool. Cool. All right, moving on. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. This I'm giving a C, and like not because it was necessarily a bad match. This teeters between a B and a C. This was one of those matches where when people complain about the length of the match, this would have benefited from extra 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
This would have benefited from it. It was very I wasn't expecting to be so fast paced. Yeah, they got the hits in, but this would have definitely benefited from an extra 3 to 4 minutes altogether. So that's just my thoughts on it. It's a C. Like I said, it's not a bad C. It's not but it could have been it could have been better than cool, because I expect this to be their third match together. I was expecting more altogether. So that's just
second one-on-one, but their third match together overall.
Yeah. So I was expecting
I wouldn't say that necessarily the chemistry between them is bad, but I don't think it wasn't like, I don't know, they weren't,
they needed time, I think,
fully quickened, but their time definitely could have helped if they would have got a couple more minutes. I'm not mad that Becky got the belt back. I think Becky is doing a good job keeping the prestige and the hype around that belt up. I think you have with the new belt like that, and trying to build up that mid-card division for the women on Raw. I feel like you kind of have to have her there for the time being. I think you build somebody else up that can truly take the belt from her and run with it for a little while. It looks like we'll get into what's going on with Raw later, but I kind of see where they might be going next with it.
Potentially. Next, arguably the best match of this night. Maybe some people say probably one of the best matches of the weekend, depending on what you're into. But Big Goon versus Seth Rollins. 520 Goon got that W. Through other means, of course, through a human freaking tackling machine known as Braun Breaker making his return. But I will give this an A. I will legit give this match an A. Just off the match alone. Even like the Braun Breaker return was expected, but this is definitely an A-tier match to me. Look, once again, these are two people who can wrestle with the damn hat that's on the ground behind me and have a really solid match. So these two together, look, now if we was to ever, and this down we might get a Gunther and Seth feud, I think we'll get something even more amazing than this. And like I said, I'm already giving this an A. So if we get something,
and this is just off the last minute, like, hey, we got to get both of y'all on a card, and they said, cool.
Love of the game. Like, this is a love of the game of Wrestlemania match, which we always get these. People act like we don't. We get these. So I'm happy that it came to be what it became. It was a really good match, really great match. I'm cool with it. A match to me. You and then
it's definitely an A for me. I would give it an A+, but I definitely would have. This match left me wish it could have went on longer, only because it was that good. Other than that, I don't have no complaints about it. I think they both did a phenomenal job. I don't think Seth Rollins had a bad WrestleMania match. If you can find it for me, cool. But I don't, from my recollection, he don't have a bad WrestleMania match. And at this point, neither does Gunther. Gunther has,
this is what,
win or lose, he's been at Mania since what was that, 30?
I'm checking right now. All of Gunther.
I think his first WrestleMania was 38, where he faced Drew and Seth. I mean, Drew and Sheamus for the IC title in that triple threat. Really good triple threat.
Yeah, this is his third.
And
so once again,
that was Sammy. He dropped the belt, the IC belt to Sammy. Really good match.
And then got another W off this. So yeah, I ain't mad at it. I ain't really mad. So
outside of last year, we know what happened last year, but outside of that, Gunther has a pretty good WrestleMania track record.
Yeah, but like even then, you're not gonna win everything. You just not. Now everybody's gonna be Undertaker. I keep saying
it's not even
Shawn
about
Michaels,
the win. It's quality of match for me. Like these,
exactly.
the quality of the match is what matters.
I'm pretty sure Seth's Mania record is insane. But once again, it goes back to the case of Shawn Michaels was Mr. WrestleMania. But I think that dude has an under 500 record in Mania. But he's going to make that. He's going to take advantage of the moment. So, but moving on, we had Liv Morgan defeating Stephanie Vaquer. Once again, this is another match that should have benefited from being 12, 15 minutes. Yeah, a little bit longer. Like I said, some people say, "Oh, I'm like this was one that needed it," because it's no reason why this match in particular. I'm just gonna throw this match in particular because of how blood feuded it became to be 7-minute rush, so that's why I'm like this could have this had potential to be A tier, but I'm throwing this in the B because it was still a good match, but you really had to be locked in to really appreciate this match. Like I didn't appreciate it much until I actually sat and watched this match. So great match. Shout out to Liv in her moment.
Really good in the ring. And Liv Morgan is very good in her own right. I think they did the best what they could with the time that they had. They utilized their their interference moments well. They went at it for a good, what was it, about 7 minutes?
8-minute match. So yeah. So like I said, I'm not mad at the match. I felt like it stopped it from being A tier. And I think it could have really been Z tier if they got 15 minutes. If they gave them 15, I think this would have been a Z tier match. At minimum A if it got the extra time. But I'm giving it a B mainly because of it was still a great match. They got the hits off, got the interference. I just wish it was a little longer. So, because this was definitely a fast-paced match from start to finish. There was not a moment to breathe. So that's why I'm like, this would have benefited from those slow down moments, that is kind of essential in these blood feud matches. This was probably one of the most personal feuds we had in terms of the entire Mania card, in my personal opinion. Like, yes, well, at least in terms of violence, because it got to a point where they were beating each other more than Cody and Randy and Roman and Punk were. They just got that thing on violent, So that's what I mean by it would have benefited, because I was expecting this. They were probably, if there was going to be a women's match that was going to let them bleed, this would have been a one.
I could have saw
going to go for like, hey, we never had a women bleed ever, almost, or at least this would have been a match that would have been
not intentionally.
Yeah, intentionally. So like, I feel like this would have been a great Mania moment in terms of that. But hey, my name ain't Paul, but also my name ain't Ari Emanuel, and I throw ads everywhere. But anywho. Then we got to the main event, Cody versus Randy Orton. Now, me and Daytra talked about this, I think, after night one, when I was taking him to the crib from church the last couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Yeah, Randy matches be weird." And I'm like, "Yeah, they are, especially now because he has a bad back, so he kind of has to get into." Play the role of babyface that gets beat down, but I play my hits. And him being a heel in this case, you can't really play your hits because you're not as mobile and agile as a heel. So it looks weird. But he did a good job playing the heel that's getting beat down because he's older. But also goes back to telling the story. That's why I told Daytra, like, this was the match of telling the story of Cody not holding back because of what he did with Cena last year at Mania and just taking his shot. The personal aspect of what Randy was on with in regards to him. on top of taking advantage of an old nigga. This is what it was.
Pretty much.
And just factor in, he has to kind of carry this match in a way. So I would honestly give this match a B, more because of what Cody was doing in the story that was being told. Because yes, this is still a slow-paced, technical Randy Orton match. You're going to get that,
but it's still hit where it needed to hit, especially towards the ending. The ending is where it really got good, even with all the shenanigans.
That's what elevates it to the B to me, because the ending
took it home strong.
Yeah, the ending sequences, also the beginning with Pat getting destroyed, but even just the storytelling of the match, like I said, people got to understand, Randy Orton matches are not for everybody. They're very slow, digestible matches. You're gonna get the hits, but especially at this age, my man's back is literally as stiff as a goddamn piece of wood. So, but Paul,
it might be. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna get to the point where he ain't gonna be able to do the RKO more than twice in a match.
He's gonna have to retire. He's gonna have to retire once he can.
He's gonna have to start it. It literally his matches are gonna start. The end of his career is all of his last matches. He punted somebody in the head to end the match. That's it.
That'd be a hell of a way to go out. I wouldn't be mad.
That'd be fun. But I say that because you can tell, like even when he does like just one RKO, like he be slow to get up from it. You could tell it's starting to it's settling in, like that back game. You can't fight back issues.
You really can't. That's why I'm like, they barely try to use him as is, and plus I think
which is also why I'm glad that they didn't have him win the match either, because I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. He's not gonna be able to carry a title reign right now. I think he's gonna get one more. I think
he's gonna get one more. I think he's gonna get one more. I want to end it. Yeah, I think he's gonna get the one more. I just can't see him getting two. I just don't.
It'll be a stretch if they get him to two.
Like it will have to be. That's
what the two. It's gonna be a trend, like a quick transition. Like he's getting
both will be quick transitions. Both will be, to me, honestly.
Yeah, but especially if they somehow get him to a second one, like that one's going by quick.
Yeah, but we'll see. But it's still a good match, good B tier match. What was your ranking for it?
I gave it a B2. I wish it could have been more. I think if we wouldn't have got as many shenanigans in storyline, with them involving Pat and Jelly Roll and everything, and they would have just let them go one-on-one.
Jelly Roll, I wouldn't be mad. If it was just Jelly Roll, the Pat stuff threw it all off.
Yeah, it was just so unnecessary. Mm-hmm. And they both even came out with their own statements and said what they had to say about it. Like, they knew that they weren't doing themselves any favors, putting being in the way. So
yeah,
good that they understood.
Once again, they just look. The funny thing is, and like I'm not mad at Jelly Roll. I didn't even know Pat said anything, but you took the money already. That's my issue. You took the money.
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not telling nobody to not take the money.
Yeah, it's just you say this afterwards. After you took the money, you're good.
I think that's why they said what they said, though, because I think they both knew from the jump, like, this didn't need neither of us.
Yeah, that's my thing. They know that, and I'm really hoping that TKO really just eases off altogether with the celebrity stuff. Some stuff is cool. I'm not mad at
I will give you credit. I dialed back on the Lil Yachty with Trick Williams thing. I think it does seem like it's fits.
Yeah, those work.
Which is telling because it's us.
Exactly.
The culture. So,
but it's just how it fits. It fits with a Trick Williams because he isn't put significantly in the forefront. I Show Speed, he in the midst of how he was used, that makes sense. It makes sense in terms of that. Yeah. That I Show Speed was probably more of your standard celebrity in a WrestleMania match situation. Because that's how, even let's just say, if they were to get Bad Bunny, that's how he would have been used.
Man, it's few rare occurrences where it works, but it's just the way that they were trying to interject so much this year.
Yeah,
where
that's
it was like it came off very overwhelming and unnecessary.
That more than anything came off overwhelming. But other than that, like some people just overreacting. But this one didn't need it at all. It wasn't needed. But either way, B-tier match. Overall, night 2, I would, if I had to just give it an overall ranking, I'm giving it a B-. It was good. It could have been better.
You said a B-?
Yeah, B-. It was good. It could have been better. It was just overall because I thought this was going to be the best night, and it really came out to be like a little underwhelming, but it was still good. Like once you kind of put the perspective of things all out, it was good. So, but yeah, so moving on to night 2. Now, night 2 smoked everything. Big smoked everything. So I'll give credit where credit is due. Now, we open up. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta do this because somebody else did it. One, F you Bleacher Report. That was just disgusting.
What did Bleacher Report do?
Bianca Belair's pregnancy announcement. They rated it and they gave it a C.
Oh.
I thought I put it in, but either way, that's nasty work.
I don't even know when the last time I checked Bleacher Report for basketball, let alone wrestling.
And look, all I'm gonna say is this: to that person who did that, this is water. I don't got soap near me right now. You need some water and some soap and wash your ass. Excuse for cussing, because that's disgusting. Because you are disgusting. Who ranks a pregnancy test? I mean,
really nobody else did that, bro.
Exactly. Come on, man. We was all happy for her, sad and happy at the same time. Sad that we wasn't getting Bianca Belair back. Happy that, hey, you know what? She gets to have a family and all of that. With a 6-pack. Honestly, we're going to rate it. It's a Z tier mainly because you're 6 months pregnant with a 6-pack still. That's insane. Yeah. So, either way, congrats to Bianca Belair. Anyway, moving on. Night 2. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, where Obafemi gets the W, as all of us black people are, all black wrestlers and black people were overtly excited and felt like a demon was exorcised off the wrestling black community.
Somebody made an edit where remember when everybody was backstage crying when Kofi won?
Yeah, somebody made the edit showing that. I didn't see that, but that looks crazy. That would be crazy. Showing all the black wrestlers.
That was a moment.
No, that was definitely a moment. Look, man,
and it was needed. Like I was saying it, like leading up to it, like it just felt like there was no way that they can really have him just lose. Like it just wouldn't make sense to have him lose at this point. We all know that Brock is 1 foot in, 1 foot out at this point. And he's even came out and said like he don't really care about legacy. He cares about, you know, I mean, it's the first time we've ever even heard him say it. That's what kind of really made me believe him, because he don't talk
at all. And plus, honestly, just like his reaction to the end, like him like leaving his stuff there, I honestly legit feel like he cares about the sport. He legit cares.
Yeah.
It's just at the same time, he knows, look, man, money. Money.
For sure.
So, and like either way, his legacy is what it is. He is going to be one of the greatest of all times, despite having a urine fetish. But but it is what it is when it comes to that. That's all I would say. But either way, just overall, great moment for Obafemi. I was ecstatic because
they had a really good match.
No, it was a really great match. For 5 minutes, they did what they're supposed to do. Sell that, brother. And Brock, when he likes you, once again, Brock has to
He
like you.
sells. He will sell.
If he likes you, you're good. You're good in his eyes. If he likes you, if he vibes with you, he's like, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna do what I need to do to make you look amazing. But and he did that for Oprah. He did it on the way there. He did it that night. I'm very happy. I was ecstatic, and like I said on the last episode we recorded, all it I had in my heart, I wanted Oprah to win, but I had to see it for myself because Brock booking is very confusing, as he had no business beating John Cena. He had no business, but overall though, I'm happy for Oba. His reaction sold it even better because it was like he was like, wait, that was 3? Like it was like to me they told him, no, we're not gonna tell you the finish. It was probably like Brock told him, like, just follow my lead, bro. Follow my lead. He probably told him no sell the F5. And then he said, go ahead and hit the finisher. And they probably didn't say nothing. So I feel like he kind of knew he was winning, but I don't think he knew he was winning in that manner. That's right.
It just made for a more genuine moment once it officially went down.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and so but overall, I'm happy.
That's a moment, like that's something that, like, that scene of him, like in his victory stance. That's something that they gonna, hopefully one day that's what they put in the, here now forever opening thing.
Oh yeah,
because he's one of those ones. He's on his way to being one of those ones. Like, it's been a minute since we've really been able to say it, but I think this is a guy.
No, he is going to. Oba is going to be one of those guys where once Roman and Cody is ready to take the back seat, this is his company. It's his company. As long as he stays healthy, of course, and wants it, it's his company, bro. He's presentable. He's presentable. Like it's. I don't like to mention Nasty Man's name, but VKM, man, look, VKM would have freaking had. Look, if people say they're not featuring Oba enough, VKM would have had this man everywhere.
Yeah, he does.
So,
but in some ways, he would have overdone it.
Exactly. But once again, he got it, G. He got it. But shout out to Oba. Moving on. The 6-man ladder match. Penta beat it. Javon Evans, JD Madonna, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. I'm giving this an A. This was also a A-tier match. Better than I expected. Everybody looked good. Even Rusev. Rusev in the ladder match threw me. I'm like, why is he here? But how did he get here? I went from why is he here to how did he get here? But either way, Rusev looked good in this match. Ray, whatever he got injected,
illegal. Bro, every time Ray comes back from an injury, he come back and does something spectacular. Like he was not just hurt.
Exactly, and then literally gets hurt 2 months later. Whatever he does to be good for like a month, then get hurt again for 2. We need to know. Like that documentary is gonna be nuts when we find out the illegal medical things he's doing and whatever's being sacrificed in that process. But great match. Everybody looked great. Sucks Javon didn't get the belt, but once again, Javon, like I said, he's going to get people's going to pull the they're not booking him right card, but bro, he's going to be everywhere.
Again, it goes back to the conversation we've had a couple times. Like everybody doesn't get the belt right when you think they should get the belt, or just to have the belt. Yeah, like he's already over, and he just got here.
He's a workhorse. He's the guy you can consistently put in matches, put on TV, and everybody be happy. So that's why I'm like, look, he good, we good, bro. As long as he happy, even he knows, like, look, I'm here to be here for a long time, not a short time. He kind of really wants to be here. Because he even talked about, look, 5 years from now, I'm probably not going to do all this crazy stuff. Oh, you know, he's going to be very 2000 Shawn Michaels.
he's getting the hits in right now.
Yeah,
you know?
He knows how
as
to
far
get
as
over.
like the spots and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And still,
he's young. He's what, 21?
I think he just turned 21 or 22.
It's young, man. Like, we got plenty of time for Javon Evans to win whatever.
And be pressed for whatever, you know. So it's time, man. Just take y'all time. But overall, really great match. A tier. This is easy. Trick and Sami Zayn. I'm giving this a strong B.
I feel like this is a match that kind of suffered from time restraints a little bit. I feel like they could have got a little bit more time.
I wouldn't say that. They hit that 10 perfectly. Perfect. This is like a strong B. It could have probably, but I'm not even mad at it. Like, they did what they're supposed to do in regards to this match. Make Trick look good. And once again, Sammy is one of those ones. This Luka Funko Pop that's on the ground, because Luka's hurt right now, so that's on purpose, by the way. Because he's down. He's literally down. Once again, give that man this Funko Pop. He's having a C-tier match at minimum. So with that said, and also we're getting closer and closer to heel Sammy. That double turn is gonna hit because everybody wants to root for Trick. And the thing is, he doesn't have to change his character at all.
Yeah, he's literally be the same guy.
Literally, he's gonna be the same dude. So also, well, we'll talk about when we talk about post-Mania things. But yeah, I'm happy for Trick. Great moment. This was
another guy.
Triple H said
a star.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this is another example of Triple H saying, "Leave me alone with these allegations, G. Please." And also, once again, like we said with Oba, Trick is, look, we're looking at a future where we might have, in terms of the WWE's Big Five, we're gonna probably have 2 to 3 black people in there.
Mm-hmm.
Black male stars. Let's be specific. Black male stars. Because once again, in this one Mania, we had 3 black stars heavily prominent. 3 black male stars, because once again, they don't count women, because once again, they don't like women, unfortunately. The internet community don't like women, which we see once again with the current breakup going on. But we had a black man defeat Brock Lesnar, which in itself is a title. That's 5 titles to me, defeating Brock Lesnar in a singles match.
5.
That's 5
at Mania.
At Mania, that's 5 title rings. No, that's 7 title rings.
At Mania is a plus, because the only people Brock loses to at Mania is damn near nobody.
Exactly. So once again, in my heart, Oba Femi is a 7-time world champion right now.
Yep.
But we had that Javon Evans in a title match, even though it's a 6-man match, prominently there and was in position to win. And Trick Williams beating Sami Zayn, who is a Mania guy, and wins a title. Look,
I think they said he's only the second person behind John Cena to win their first title at a WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So he's already in rare air.
And once again, and back to Trick and himself. Trick is another person you can throw on any publication, media publication, and you're going to sit there and be like, you know what?
He's the most marketable out of all of them.
No, he's very much most marketable. Like, you could throw him on anywhere and be like, you know what? I want to watch wrestling because of this guy. And we haven't genuinely, I'm going to say this, we haven't had a genuine person like that since maybe The Rock. Let's just keep it all the way real. We haven't had a person genuinely like this in wrestling since The Rock. And not to say that he's like The Rock, but I mean in the sense of somebody you can just put on any TV publication and play his character, but he's also being himself.
Because his press run from from the time he's got to the main roster till now has been crazy. He's been on the Pivot, been on ESPN a couple times.
Few times.
He's done multiple like all these various talk shows.
Yeah.
They putting him out there.
He's probably the most easily marketable person, and that's what you need in regards to a future top guy. And once again, black guys. We're finally in the era where we have niggas who can talk on the mic and not look stupid.
And that's the biggest plus. That's the biggest plus. Like, say what you want about him needing to improve in some ways in the ring, which I think he's improved a lot since NXT. But the mic work, like he's had that since day one. I ain't gonna lie. Once they really let him talk for real and be himself, like he's had it on the mic.
Yeah. So he's
got the charisma. He's pretty much got his own catchphrase at this point.
Yeah, and he probably keep coming up with more because he's one of those guys. So. But
then just the overall presentation, like his presentation, it's very rare that we get to see this from really anybody. Like it's been a while since we've seen this from a few people that they try to put in front of us.
And he has probably one of the most catchiest theme songs easily.
One of the few theme songs Def Rebel or whatever they call didn't.
Yeah, Def Rebel have like, but once again that. Like it's one of those things where he has it, and it's good to see that as one of us. That's the beauty of it, and that's what makes me happy. It's a genuine representation, and that's what separates him from that cornball brother in that elite company. I don't like
funny.
that.
It's funny because they literally just tried to compare. They saying like, oh, they tried to compare them because both of them got managers now. I'm like, now y'all doing it again.
Lil Yachty is there. Look, he's gonna be one of those people that pops up every blue moon. He don't need to be all the time. But either way, I'm happy he's there because
it's not the same dynamic.
It's not the same. It's nowhere near the same. But Trick don't even need bro. It just kind of adds to it, But once again, I'm gonna keep saying this. It's great to see. As a black man, it is great to see. Like, yes, I love Shelton Benjamin. Love that man. Love the New Day. And New Day kind of trailed the path for like a lot of these guys in a way as well that might not get the credit that they deserve until maybe once we kind of hear things like, but as like we had like it, but this is like, what? These are guys, what? I'm happy to see them be where they at, So, but moving on. Shout out to Sami Zayn. Rhea Ripley and Jade. This was a B tier match. The match itself was.
I'm not gonna lie. I might be overdoing it, but I really wanted to give this match an A. I really do.
I'm not mad. I won't disagree with you. I'm giving it a B. I'm giving it it's a strong B, but it's not an A to me. Because of what I already gave an A to. I gave Jacob and Drew an A. I gave Gunther and Seth an A. I gave Oba and Brock an A. Then I gave them an A. So those were all strong matches. This was a lot better than I expected it to be. I wholeheartedly, because I thought this was about to be, I'm like, look, we about to get Tiffany Charlotte part 2. And again, but
this match ended up being close to Rhea and Charlotte. That last time they faced off at Mania, and I ain't gonna hold you. That's an all-time women's match.
No, that is. That's still
this was really good for them to be the clash of the, I guess what you could say, the strong women. Like they did a pretty good job of putting it together, pacing. They didn't look like they were. They had better in-ring chemistry than what was being booked with them leading up. Yeah, because we had all the reason in the world to worry. Yeah, I was concerned. I was like, this is gonna be a horrible match. But I'm glad they shut me the hell up. And once again, Rhea
made Jade look like $1,000,000, but Jade also came in to work. She understood the assignment with this. Like, and I think this isn't more of an example of maybe they just have to put Jade in the ring with more of the big dogs. No shade towards Tiffany Stratton, but even Tiffany has been shaky lately. She has been very shaky lately. So it's like,
but that's why like they should have been having her. They should have had her wrestle the whole time she was holding the belt.
Yeah, that too. But once again, who's she willing to wrestle?
Who you talking about, Jade?
Yes, that goes back to my point. Like, I feel like she just needs to be paired with the better in-ring workers. She should have been placed on Raw. She could have been working with Bayley. She could have been working with Lyra. She could have probably had a one-off with Becky. She could have been working with Raquel. She could have been working with Roxanne. She could have been working with Liv. You see, like, I'm naming names because Raw has the stronger women's in-ring workers to me. EO.
And they just had more talent available because SmackDown, they was hobbled a lot last year.
Yeah, and like and half of they good women workers are stuck. Well, I won't say half, but Charlotte and Alexa are in tag situations. I feel Nia's solid in ring, and I feel like that's something that they really should have been trying to push more because it's something you can do with a Nia and Jade story. And then eventually you can work your way to Lash and Jade as well. But like, that's why I felt like Jade would have been so much better on Raw because of the quality of women that she could have been facing during that time. And then even if you want to feed her to Maxine to kind of, beat her ass, you could have done that, still. But either way. But Jade really put in her work boots to that night. One of the more underrated matches of the night. I will give credit where credit is due. And yeah, also I know you just said like the two strong women. Rhea is starting to lose out in the strong woman thing because now that she's lost weight, she doesn't really tower over people like she used to. If you kind of notice,
she disclosed that she's dealing with like a health issue with
I know. So which I get prayers to her in regards to that. But yeah, like next to Jade, she looked tiny.
But even just in character, they're still the two.
Yeah, I know she's still the dominant force. She's still built as a dominant force. But it's just like I'm like, if you put her next to Lash, Nia's different. I don't count. But if you put her next to Lash, you put her next to Jade, probably even Bianca now. She probably looks really small compared to them. Even if you put her next to Jordan Grace, who's just more stocky, it looks like, okay, it don't look the same no more. So that's just all. But either way, shout out to Rhea. SmackDown needs her, so we'll see where things go with her. God bless in terms of where they might go with it, but we'll see. But moving on, Roman versus CM Punk. So, look, we said this match had to be Z tier or bust. They said, "Hey, bro,
they delivered.
They delivered. We gave y'all a Z tier match, niggas." So, great match, amazing match. Great storytelling, great finish. I'm overall satisfied with the match. I'm not mad at the finish. I'm gonna put it this way. I'm not mad at the finish now that I see Buddy Ass is really showing up to work. I'll put it that way.
That's all we really wanted.
If I didn't see Roman these past 2 weeks on Raw, even including tonight, I would have been like, this is stupid. I would have literally, I would have been like, this is stupid and a waste of our time. But the man's coming to work and he's working. We'll talk about who he's working with shortly. But really great match. We got blood. Well, both main events gave us blood, but meaningful blood. Great moments. The upside down constant Superman punches was really raw, and I was really mad Roman didn't drive by kick him. to kind
Yeah,
of
I thought that was coming at some
I
point.
was like, we're about to get. I don't remember the last time we got a drive-by kick, but that was I was hoping. I'm like, if he don't drive-by kick this man, but really great match. I was really
And
satisfied.
then while he had him in the tree of woe, he pulled his creative immunity.
Wait,
Hit
say
him
that
with the
again.
steps.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
yeah, he did.
it's disqualification, but they letting that.
Like, I'm not about to disqualify a man on WrestleMania 92. This is the last match. Hey, look, man, who cares?
Yeah, that was pure creative immunity.
Loki, they need to add it as a perk on the next WWE 2K game and be like creative immunity. Like,
And
you get
Loki
one.
is you can hold it's a perk on there where like you could pretty much intimidate the ref into not doing nothing to you.
Sit there and third and like, don't disqualify me. Slap him with the damn chair. But this was a really great match. Automatically Z tier. Anything you want to add before we move on?
Just the story in general that they told in the ring. They really got to the point where at the end they really did try to like make a point to say like CM Punk is old. Not that he looked old in his performance, but his age caught up to him more in this match in sense of the story. And I think that they're going to explore that a little bit more in the coming months with him, as far as him, like it could be like because I don't necessarily know where they're gonna go in terms of him, because I feel like they got the hits out of the way for Punk as far as him being a face. By the end of this year, I think we see Punk turn heel.
You know,
eventually,
I think
we gotta get that last heel Punk run in before he decides he's gonna call it quits. Even though he said it's no time soon, but again, these guys are getting old. They say they ain't gonna wrestle till they 50, and then that back start hurting.
Be like, hey, look. But moving on. Oh wait, that's it. So all right, so that's WrestleMania. So night 2, I'm gonna give this I'm giving it an A. It was A.
A for sure.
Everything was really fire. I really have no significant complaints about night 2. But overall, it was a really good Mania. And I will sit there and say this: night 2 is probably a top. If night 2 in itself is a top 10 Mania. Oh wait,
that's another thing we should do this summer.
We tweaked.
What?
Finn Balor and Dominic. I'm giving that to B. By the way, we skipped that.
Oh. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm giving it a B-.
Yeah, it's a B-. It's a lower tier B, but it was a good match.
It was not a bad match, but I don't know. It just wasn't.
I was expecting more.
I was expecting a little bit more, and this is why, like, I feel like the whole thing being surrounded, like, I get that they teased it, but I feel like they should just let it come at the event where where we know he's gonna be a demon. Like, them teasing it the whole time. Yeah, it would have hit, especially because it's been so long, and then you've been talking about how like they haven't made it mean anything in a while.
So yeah,
honestly, I might not even did it for this WrestleMania too, if I'm really being honest.
I would have did it because I would have teased it as, and I think they probably just wanted to get out the way because you already have Randy playing the social schizophrenic. You could have really sold it on Finn. Like, I really don't want to bring in an old friend of mine. I don't, because I still respect you, Dom. You ain't crap, but I still respect you, Dom. And then Dom just kept bugging him to the point where it's like, I'm gonna have to hit up an old friend, Dom. See you at Mania. But either way, and then I do
like how they added the street fight stipulation. What was that, the day of the show?
Yeah, I think they added the night of, so which was cool in its own way. But either way, still A tier. This was like, I do agree, we will one day try to rank Manias. Once again, research.
Well, I was gonna say specifically, if we talk, because you brought up night 2, we're gonna do all the Manias that went starting from, I guess, when they started doing the 2-night event
Well, that's
version of
still
it.
not much though. Like this is like year 3 of it. Either year
Now
3 or year 4.
this is year like 5 because remember this
No,
started in
this is year
2020.
4. I could have no. 2020 was COVID.
2020, right?
2020
COVID
was
Mania was right. COVID Mania
No.
was 2 nights.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was
But that
2
was
nights.
experimental though.
Yeah, and then the year after, the one where they had the ship, that was 37 with the big ship, right?
Let me double check.
That was 2 nights because night 1, remember night 1 of Mania 37 was Sasha and Bianca.
Oh yeah,
Night 2 was Roman versus Bryan and Edge, and then the year after that was Dallas. You had who was night 1
right.
for Dallas?
No, you good. Like I said, you good. We got it. You was right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I literally did forget. I feel like this has been this is year
we almost a decade and we half a decade into 2-night Mania.
Okay, I ain't mad at it, but we could, but it's still gonna take a minute. But the COVID ones, look, those gonna be bottom tier. They just don't hit the same part of crowd.
It depends on the night, but that's why I'm gonna put the list together.
You need a crowd.
Yeah,
because once the crowd,
we don't gotta count the first one. If we don't want to, we don't gotta count the first one.
But we'll talk about it behind the scenes. But let's go ahead, move on. We're gonna talk about cuts real quick. We're gonna go through this. Tyler, we're gonna make this smooth and easy. I'm gonna name them and say, do you care or not? Okay. Nothing more, nothing less. Do you care? Andre Chase. Nope. Alba Fire.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say no, only because they haven't really been doing much for her outside of her involvement with Chelsea Green. So I'm gonna say no. Chelsea Green is good on her own.
I'm halfway with her, honestly. Like
I could be in the middle.
I'm in the middle. Yeah, I will say I'm more in the middle. Aleister Black, yes, I care.
Yes, absolutely.
Apollo Crews, I'm surprised he still had a job.
Hey, it was a good run, and they was about to change his character again.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna include all these niggas as a collective. The Wyatt Six.
For me, I'm gonna say yeah. I didn't necessarily see anything wrong with what they were doing. I feel like you kind of just handicapped your tag division in a way.
I get it, but I'm gonna be honest. You could have just separated them and ended this crap for the good, because at this point it was nothing more. I got tired of the work at this point. But moving on, I never heard of this nigga, Chris Island.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have been one of those
evolved in NXT.
Evolved, one of those talents.
Dante Chen, I'm surprised he had a job for so long, but he was working in Evolve, so that he was at a collision course. Kairi Sane, yes, we care.
Absolutely.
We care, absolutely care.
In the middle of a good storyline and
we care.
You did this.
Yeah, we care. So I'm gonna throw it like this. Please come back. Moving on. Luca Crucifino.
He actually retired. He just retired today. So
okay. Different. All right. Malik Blade. No, I do not care. Motor City Machine Guns. I'm in the middle, honestly.
I'm in the middle. I feel like you kind of handicapped your tag team division by letting them go
specifically. But I'm not mad at they run. They look. They've been in the wrestling industry for a long time. They're one of those people where you kind of just want to say, hey, I worked at WWE. I had the WWE tag team title. I had a decent run when we had it, and move the hell on. Cool. Moving on. Santos Escobar. He might as well just sign that AAA contract, but I don't care.
But my thing was, I thought they just re-signed him.
Me too.
That's what was weird about it.
Yeah, that's it.
And I like Santos. I just felt like I knew it was getting weird when they just were not using him at all though, and he wasn't even hurt.
Yeah, like you still got the two people he was working with. They totally
As a
separated.
matter of fact, he actually just got hurt though. That was the thing. That was another thing. He actually
Might be more reason not to use him. They're like, bro, just you got our health insurance. You good, bro. Like I say, I wouldn't be surprised he ends up signing full-time strictly AAA down the line. I don't know who the hell this is. Serena Linton. We don't care.
Is this the girl that just got called up from the LFG? She had the gold medal.
I don't know who she is. Tyra May Steele. Now this one's comedy because didn't she win that LFG show?
Okay, no, so that might be who I'm talking about then.
Yeah, you're talking about her. But Tyra May Steele, this is funny because she won the LFG show, but also she made that weird tweet where she said she got cut. So this is kind of funny, but I'm not laughing at a black woman getting fired. I'm laughing because she made that tweet and people made a big deal about it, and then she still ended up getting cut.
She made a tweet prior or
this was like a month, it was like 2 months ago, and people made a big fuss out of it because people get emotional.
Yeah.
So, but either way.
So this was like a premature thing?
Yeah, it was like she said it was a dream. It was stupid, bro. It was stupid. I'll send you the link.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it was stupid. And I'm like, you shouldn't have tweeted that because you know how you get in the computer, and that's probably why she got cut. All right. I think these niggas go together. Tyreek and Tyson.
That was the two swole dudes from NXT.
Yeah, those
I ain't gonna lie.
Bro wore a
lot of the NXT cuts, they weren't bringing none of them up. Once I see that you're not getting entered into like the main NXT show for
consistently
main storylines consistently, you probably finna be enhancement talent, and then by then it's over with.
Yep. Zelina Vega. I'm in the middle.
But I don't think that. I don't know. I'm gonna say yeah because I don't think either of them should have got cut considering what they were doing at the moment. I think they were building something that should have been something, and I just feel like they kind of did them bogus. That was kind of. I
ain't mad. When we put them as a collective, yeah, but her, I care less. Zoe Stark. I'm gonna be honest, I do care mainly because she is.
I do too.
She's a good worker.
And they said she just got cleared not too long ago too. So I was thinking she was coming back like the night after Mania or something like that. Yeah, she's been gone for about a year.
But yeah, but it's really only.
She had a cold finisher too.
No, she did, but I think for her it was just injury prone issues. Like she tends to always stay getting hurt, so.
Yeah,
probably, but she's a good worker. I could see her probably among anybody going to AEW and being a good worker, but she ain't gonna be worth a damn there either. But all right, those are all the ones. That's it. I don't really care about 90% of them. It is what it is. But let's go ahead and move on to post-Mania happenings. So we'll go ahead and start last week. What happened last week on Raw? Of significance.
The hits. Jacob comes out to call out Roman for a shot at the world title. Roman tells him, "You ain't ready. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but we'll decide that at a later date." I like the promo because this is another thing with Jacob. Jacob came in ready. I really think he came in ready for everything, every position that he's been put in at the moment. Like I get that he's, a member, of the bloodline family tree and whatnot, but I think they really signed him off the fact that he's legitimately gonna be, if not a star already.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jacob is legit. Jacob can hold his own on the mic. He can go in the ring. Like that was probably his most convincing promo that I've seen since he's been really in his whole career, really. And he's had some pretty good promos even on the indies.
No, he's good on the mic. It's never an issue. Like he's an all around package type guy. But for me, it was like this song we should have got 2 years ago, but I'm not mad at us getting it now. Especially now that Jacob kind of has a more fleshed out character. So, and plus, it's a.
But I'm not mad that they didn't give it to us 2 years ago, because then people would have complained then, like, oh, they're forcing them and they're blah blah blah. I'm like, I think this is the perfect opportunity. He's really came into his own as a solo character, as a solo guy, and I think this is the moment where you put him, another moment where you put him in the deep end with the big shark. So
exactly,
he's gonna swim.
So we'll see where things go. But overall, like, I'm cool with that. What else storyline wise we got?
Punk came out last week and
we pretty much
about like this is another reason why I think we're getting Punk being healed by the end of the year, because now I think he's getting to the end of what he can really do and say as a baby face.
Yeah,
because old Punk is no way. I don't think he's coming out so somber after a title loss, as big of a loss as it is.
Yeah.
But he came out and went into this whole babyface promo about basically the getting back on the horse promo and waiting for an opportunity to earn an opportunity again and everything. Cody comes out with the damn near looking like Two-Face. He got that eye was looking.
Hey, Randy. Look, man, Randy punched the hell out that man. Either punted or punched the hell out that man, G.
He laid that one in.
Right, dude,
Cody came out and, they had their whole babyface shtick about, just trying to uplift each other and whatever. Basically, Cody came out and said maybe another title shot will fall out the sky for you really soon. So they're pretty much getting ready to set up Punk and Cody probably at Backlash.
Yeah,
Backlash or whatever the coming pay-per-view is after that, maybe. I like it. I think Punk going to SmackDown is good. I think you need to spread the wealth a little bit. I think that if you're not going to do the draft, by the very least, please shake up some of these roster spots. I think having certain guys move over or just sharing the brand or whatever you got to do, we need that shake up. We can't do what you did the last couple years with not moving anybody around.
No, I agree. And then I think we're starting to get some shakeups in the sense of needed call-ups.
Yeah.
So last week, Ruka pretty much confirmed to be called up, even though she might be out because Zarya dang near gave her CT. If you remember how she fell out that damn table. But
that was a rough one.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's okay, but I think Ruka's about to be called up, and Ethan Page finally got the call up.
Ethan Page got the call up. I like Ethan Page getting called up.
Yeah,
they pretty much instantly put him in the, not necessarily in a feud, but they put him in the IC
it's going to be an IC type picture, which is ideal because once again, it fits. It really freaking fits for him. So that's really it on the Raw end last week. Then
when did he start using the Twist of Fate?
I haven't been really watching NXT like that. So,
I'm not mad at it. I actually kind of like that for him.
Can't give you that answer on that. I might have to go back and look, but yeah, I don't know, to be honest, bro. But yeah. So SmackDown, you might have to refresh me because I did watch SmackDown, but I'm trying to remember.
As far as SmackDown really goes, it's pretty much Jacob comes out. He's addressed by the Usos. The Usos are telling him, like, look, we get that you want to, do what you want to do for your family. We want you to have the same thing, but you don't have to. You can get all that without challenging them. Jimmy was mostly trying to talk him out of it. Jay is like, you already challenged them. You threw the what's the name, the gauntlet down. You came back out now. You gotta go through with it. But they letting you know, like, it's not sweet. Like, we've been through it already.
Yep.
So then the MFTs come out.
Oh yeah, that's when I was like, man, I'm zoning out.
Solo came out and is pretty much talking and shit to Jacob. Forget exactly what he said, but then Tama got involved and told him, like, you think you can beat Roman Reigns, you can't even beat Solo. So then Jacob challenges Solo to a match in the main event. He has another interaction with the Usos backstage where he tells them, "I don't need you guys' help," and he proceeded to not need their help because he really whooped their ass by himself.
He really
all
did.
the enemy.
So, which once again, look, man, fire that tall nigga. We got to keep Tonga low for comedic purpose. That Tonga, when Tonga and Housing team up together to be a comedic duo,
bro.
The streets is gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy.
Off the fact that Tonga Loa is literally the botch king, because he botched. He can't get rid of. I would be so mad if they got rid of him. Just
you gotta put him in Danhausen to bro. Let Danhausen. We have the perfect Triple H, bro. Let Danhausen curse Tonga Loa, and he just goes on a streak. He just goes on a streak. He just start beating.
It might be in the reverse, bro. He's been on the streak on his own for a long time.
I know he'll go on a winning streak. The curse is that he starts winning. He goes over it. That'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious. That's the no. He curses the MFTs, but he proceeds.
He's the only one winning.
Yes, he's the only one winning. So, but I know we had Tiffany Stratton and Julia.
Tiffany Stratton won the U.S. belt from Julia. I don't know why I don't know what they're doing with the U.S. belt at this point. I don't feel like she needed to win. Because if you was gonna have her win it, you should have just had her win it either before or at Mania.
I don't know, man. At this point, I think, but either way, you're doing something more with Julia, I think, and I'm hoping so. But we'll see. Then Fatal Attraction
finally got called up.
They pretty much beat up the women's tag division, and then they have a match against Rhea at the end of the night, which is really good for them. Once again, needed. All three of them are solid workers. If JC Jane and Rhea is something you can kind of really keep Rhea busy for the time being, it's just a crossover until you can sign her up for something else and move on from there. Seems like we're still gonna get Sammy and what's his name? Sammy and Trick for another little bit longer. And also Blake Monroe got the call up too. Also, Blake Monroe got the call up too.
She got called up for this week, or she's showing up next week?
She should be showing up this week. So they showed a promo for her getting called up. So once again,
Ricky Starks is getting called up too.
Yeah, and Ricky Starks pops up this week as well. So much needed call ups. I'm waiting for the first Ricky and Cody situation. So that'd be funny.
I think Joe Hendry officially getting called up to Raw, I believe.
Yeah, he's on Raw because he was on Raw today. He did the concert thing. So
Joe Hendry's on Raw. We got Royce Keys showing up again. I think they're teasing something between him and Solo, because Solo keeps talking about, so you can be a part of my family. So Solo is the lonely Samoan. He just want anybody to be a part of his family.
At this point, he's like, look, man, when
I like it for Royce Keys because the MFTs are featured every week. So getting on TV with them means you're in a feud with them. You're on TV every week. So shout out to Royce Keys. I'm looking forward to see what they put. What they do with him this year.
Yep.
It was something else.
No, that's really it for SmackDown. SmackDown wasn't it was very straight to the point. Oh, SmackDown's going back to 2 hours. Let us pray. Let us pray. Please let us pray. That's all we can go from here.
This is actually kind of why I was kind of against them going back to USA.
Because they're gonna keep alternating it.
They keep alternating it, and it's not like we get ready to go in. It's not like you play baseball or something on USA during the summer.
You really have nothing going on.
It's literally nothing. I don't understand.
What if the next 2 times say nothing? Well, is that the right guy? Yeah. But anywho,
but yeah, they gutted. They just gutted NXT.
It be
God bless to Tony D'Angelo, because Tony D'Angelo needs to be next.
Look, man, Tony D being the one that's got to hold down NXT is nuts.
I think Tony D is the Grand Slam champion of NXT too. He's won every single belt now.
Tony D, and he's not the Mafia boss no more. He's I don't know.
He's Frank Castle at this point.
Him holding down the men's division at NXT. Dark State has not developed in the 2 years they've been there together.
And they finna break them up.
Separate them niggas. Let my nigga Saquon Sugars, that name is still crazy by the way, cook.
Bro, that was his last name?
Yes, Saquon Sugars. Let that nigga cook. He's really the best one.
Unless he has a pimp character, change that name. Please change that name. Unless he's gonna be Godfather 2.0, change that name.
Unless he's gonna have to hit niggas with the catchphrase, you think shit's sweet. You think it's sweet, nigga? But either way, he's the best one though. But among them,
I do like him though.
Yeah, he's legit the best one, and he can talk. Deion Lennox is vanilla. He's Sheldon Benjamin, light-skinned Sheldon Benjamin at this point, and without the ring talent. But when I'm leading,
worse.
But once again, Shawn Michaels, you got it, G. You got it. But either way, once again, you got enough women talent to work with, G. You still got Jada Parker, still got Kalani. What's Tatum Paxley? He's still there.
I think Zarya hasn't been called.
I think Zarya's gonna be there a little longer. You just called up Callie Armstrong. You got the other girl who was in Evolve who was really good as well. I forgot her name. But women's division's fine. Once again, I don't know what it is about the PC where the women talent come out better than the men, but they do a good job at it. They do an amazing job at it.
NXT men's division looking like the 2018 Baby Bulls.
We've been saying that for too long, G. I'm sick of it. But get it together. Y'all go into that performance center and lock in, G. Y'all keep letting these women outperform y'all is nuts. But either way, like I said, things is coming to be. As right now on Raw, nothing of significance occurred. Well, stuff happened, but pretty much at this point, we're definitely getting Roman and Jacob at this rate. Io and Asuka confirmed for Backlash, and also Steph versus Browns confirmed for Backlash already. So yeah, we're well on the way at this point. Like, hey, we're past Mania. We're pretty much transitioning because once the summer hit, things should be really looking up. We'll go from there. So wrestling's in a good place right now. Yeah, wrestling's in a good place right now. I would say, like, post Mania, this is probably the most cool things have been. It's not too much unnecessary chit chatter besides the cuts. But once again, people get cut after Mania every year at this point. So it's a staple. It's just unfortunate who gets involved, but either they come back or they don't come back. It is what it is, when it comes to that. But anywho, that's it.
The only one that really stings me, bro, is the Aleister Black, because I really thought that this was and Kyrie.
It looks like
Matt really,
by the way.
Hey, like I said, it's definitely, it stings if they lose this series, but it's a setback for a building team. They're still building, and they're not in a bad position. They still have, I think they got money. Like we talked about earlier, they got money to sign people this summer if they need to go out and get another score. There's a way for them to get to truly cement themselves in the East as a contender within the next season or so.
We'll see where things go with them, but figure it out. I still firm believer, get Kyrie this summer. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. We appreciate you guys as always. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment. Feel how you feel about the cuts. Who hurt your feelings in regards to that? Bring Kyrie back. I'm one of those proponents. But
please
tell us your thoughts on your Mania. Like, was it really good? Did the ads really hurt you that badly? Because it didn't bother me. But we appreciate the support. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out the TikTok page, UTM Clips, and follow us on Twitter, Threes from the Ring, and Facebook page as well. YouTube and media on there. Y'all be well. Y'all be smooth. Peace.